Welcome back, convicts. I hope you had a great weekend. We finally managed to make it to the old camp more or less in one piece. Now we're gonna be greeted by a couple of guards.
Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
Let's just alter the volume a bit. Okay.
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
Okie dokie. What about you? What do you have to say, Baldy?
What do you do all day?
I make sure no one gets in if Gomez don't want them to. So don't make trouble when you're inside or you won't be going nowhere.
Okay. So we managed to get to the old camp. There's Diego up here. Let's talk to him and see what guidance he has for us.
Tell me something about the old camp.
It's the biggest and most powerful of the three camps. Gomez and his guys control the camp and thereby the whole ore trade. Once a month, the king sends us everything we need. We've got the old guy in our grip, you understand? He sends us wine, bread, meat, weapons, everything. You can also get some of it. All you have to do is join Gomez's people.
What about the two other camps?
The two other camps split up to pursue their crazy escape plans. There's the new camp in the west of the colony, where the mages think they can just detonate the barrier as soon as they've scraped enough ore together. And then there's the sect loonies in the east. Their camp is in the middle of the swamp, and they're praying to their idol to set them free. He hasn't responded so far. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time on those madcaps.
Tell me more about the barrier.
There isn't much to tell. It's impenetrable.
What happens if I just walk out of here?
The last one who tried that reached the other side a dead man. This damn barrier lets you in, but you'll never get out of here.
If there's a way out, I'll find it.
You're already in a rush to get out of here? But you've only just arrived.
Take care.
Believe everything you hear.
Okie dokie, let's see. Our current quest is to be allowed to join Gomez's people in the old camp. I need to see Thorus. Okay, let's go and see Thorus, who just happens to be over here.
You don't look as though you'd just let anyone get into the castle.
Only Gomez's men are allowed in the castle.
I need to get into the castle. I have a letter here for the High-Fire Mage.
And you expect me to let you stroll inside the castle to hand it over and collect your reward?
Yeah.
Okay, show me the letter.
I'm not letting you handle it. Forget it.
Okay, I've forgotten.
I want to work for Gomez.
Oh yeah? And what makes you think Gomez will be interested in having you work for him?
Diego says you decide who Gomez is interested in.
Huh? If Diego thinks you're okay, why doesn't he take care of you? Look, let me explain. Diego's gonna test you. If he thinks you're good enough, I'll let you into the castle to see Gomez. Whatever happens after that is up to you, okay?
I'll talk to Diego. Why don't you give me the test?
It ain't that easy, kid. Any newcomer who wants to get anywhere needs a patron. That patron has to be one of Gomez's people. He'll test you. And if you fail, you're his responsibility. That's the law around here.
There must be something you want done.
No. The things we guards deal with are a bit above you, kid. You just stick to the tasks your patron sets for you.
I'm quite capable of doing anything you tell me to.
Oh, so you're intent on failing, eh? There is one thing that only someone who's not with Gomez can see to. But I'm warning you, you blow this and you'll be in mighty big trouble.
I'm ready for your task.
What I'm about to tell you is between you and me, and nobody else must ever hear about it. Understood?
Sure.
We have a problem with a guy from the new camp. His name's Mordrag. He's been stealing from the ore barons. Of course, that applies to a lot of the rogues in the new camp. But this guy has the nerve to come to our camp and sell our stolen goods to our boys. He's gone too far, but he knows I can't do anything about it.
Why?
Because he's under the protection of the mages.
Sounds to me like the mages are your problem.
Yeah, but they're a problem that's hard to solve. A few years back, one of the shadows tried to stab the High Magician of the Circle of Fire while he was sleeping. They found him later in the Outer Ring. In fact, he was scattered all over the Outer Ring.
Why do the mages protect that Mordrag?
Because they use him as a gopher. Our local mages are in contact with the mages over in the new camp. They often send gophers back and forth. They're likely to become very unpleasant if I throw one of their gophers out of the camp or have him killed.
What about me? What do you think the mages will do to me?
You're new here. You'll be okay. But I'm responsible for what my boys do. That's why it's vital that you keep your mouth shut.
Where can I find Mordrag?
You'll find him at the south gate on the other side of the castle, just beyond the entrance. The bastard wouldn't dare come any further into the camp.
Do you want me to kill the guy?
I want you to make sure I never see his face around here again. I don't care how you do it.
I'll take care of it.
So if you wanna if you're actually curious about what happens if we select this specific question, this is what happens.
If I gave you a certain amount of ore, would you let me in the castle?
For a certain amount.
How much?
Well, it'd have to take a while to count the ore. Long enough to make sure me and my boys are busy counting while you slip by.
So tell me, how much?
1,000 nuggets should be enough.
1,000 nuggets?
Well, you could join up with Gomez. That'd get you in the castle for free.
Yeah, we don't have 1,000 nuggets, and we're not gonna get 1,000 nuggets anytime soon. But let's see what Diego has to say now.
I've talked to Thorus.
And what did he say?
He says that I can join the old camp if you think that I'm good enough.
Looks like I have myself a new job.
Do we start right now?
First, there are a few things you should know.
What do I have to know to be accepted in the old camp?
If you want to join the camp, you'll have to earn some brownie points. There are a few influential people in the Outer Ring. Most of them are shadows. If you manage to impress them, it'll earn you a few brownie points. Then you'll have to stand the test of faith. Besides, there are a lot of skills every new arrival has to learn. The more you learn, the more valuable you'll be for us.
Where do I find the important people?
Well, you're looking at one of them. Then there's Thorus. You already know him. As for the others, you'll have to find that out by yourself. If you don't manage to do that, you don't belong here anyway. Just go through the Outer Ring and talk to people. Then you'll find out who's important.
Who can teach me?
Start with Fingers. He's the most skillful among us. If you keep your eyes peeled, you'll find other people who can teach you.
Where can I find Fingers?
His hut's kind of hidden. It's next to the castle wall. Just start out here and go towards the arena. When you're at the castle gate, go down to the left and you'll be heading for the arena.
What's the test of faith?
You have to go to the old mine. There you'll meet a guy called Ian. He'll give you a list. This list is important. It contains all the items the guys in the mine need from us. They'll get the stuff with the next convoy.
No problem.
Yes, there is a problem. The new camp must not get that list. Like I said, the list is important. If you do it right, you'll get much further.
If the list is so important, why should Ian give it to me?
Because you're going to tell him Diego sent you.
I'll tell him. Where can I find the old mine?
Go to Graham. He's a cartographer. Tell him that I sent you and that you need a map. It'll show you the way to the mine. He lives to the left of the north gate.
Can you teach me something?
Yes, I can teach you to improve your dexterity or your strength. Come back soon. There are many things you need to learn.
you think.
What about my esteem within the camp?
I've talked to a few people.
And?
The business with Mordrag is really quite a job. He's not bad as a warrior. You should exercise if you really want to defeat him. Get on with it. There are still many things to do if you want to get anywhere here in the camp.
Maybe.
Take care.
I better keep it.
Okay, so we basically have a main quest, and the quest right now is to get accepted into the old camp. In this video we'll basically be talking to people and completing some low-level quests. And I just want to point out that if you have noticed by far, we don't really have any of those typical MMO quests like kill 10 wolves or gather 10 healing plants and all that. All the quests we'll have in the game, with one or two exceptions, will be logical quests that are related to people's needs and their backstories, and honestly that's freaking awesome when it comes to world building and quest design. So we're gonna talk to a couple of people right now. We're gonna talk to Snuff, and Snuff is gonna give us a couple of quests actually. How's things?
How's things?
Not bad. If you can cook well, you have many friends here. Would you like some of my rice stew?
Thanks.
You could do me a favor.
What can I do for you?
You must be used to good food. I have a new recipe. Meat bug ragu a la Snuff with rice and mushrooms. You can have as much as you want, but I still need 3 meat bugs and some hell mushrooms. 5 should be enough.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Then go and see you get me the things. The last one I sent just hasn't come back. Must have deserted to the new camp.
Where can I find meat bugs?
Everywhere where there's garbage laying around. You should be able to find some at the deserted huts near the castle wall. Don't get confused by their ugly looks. Once cooked, they are tasty.
Where can I find hell mushrooms?
If you leave through the south gate, that's the collapsed tower. You'll see a plain directly in front of you. There's mushrooms growing there.
Who was the guy you sent before me?
His name was Neck. He was pretty discontented here. I think he's in the new camp now. I sent him to collect mushrooms, but he didn't come back.
Okay, and it's already getting late. It's 7:24, so let's light up a torch and get the mushrooms. Actually, you already have the mushrooms from earlier, but we're missing one meat bug. So we're gonna go where Snuff pointed us to and kill a few meat bugs and then quickly complete the quest for 100 easy experience. So the meat bug should be right over here. We're gonna unequip our weapon because I want to punch them to death. Because they're on a lower level than us, yeah, we're gonna miss a lot. Come on. Come on, buggy. Okay, that's 1, that's 2, and come on. And that's 3. Okay, some easy experience right here. Pick up our torch, and let's go back to Snuff. Before we're gonna go back to Snuff, we're actually gonna do what Diego recommended us to do. Let's talk to Fingers and see what Fingers has to offer. Now, Fingers should be just right about here. His hut is kinda hidden. Hello, Fingers.
I want to become a shadow.
So?
Can you help me?
I wouldn't know how.
Kinda like how he has a shady voice.
I'm looking for somebody to teach me something.
Why have you come to me?
Diego sent me.
You should have said that before. If you want to join the camp, it's an advantage to be a good fighter or thief. If the influential shadows in this camp test you, they'll give you tasks you'd better not get caught doing. That's why the way of the thief would be a good start to you. Incidentally, I'm the best thief in the whole of the old camp.
Okay, what can you teach me?
What can you teach me?
And that depends on what you want to know.
Okay, so you can teach us to sneak, open locks, and pickpocketing. But before we're gonna do that, let's ask him about him speaking up for us.
You wouldn't speak up for me in front of Diego, would you?
Depends. If you demonstrate that you've learned something as a thief, we could make use of you.
How am I supposed to do that?
Learn a thief's skill. You need to become more skilled in sneaking around, pickpocketing, or opening locks. Then you'll have my vote.
Okay, let's learn...
What can you teach me?
And that depends on what you want to know.
Let's learn how to open locks, because it's actually a very useful skill in the beginning.
How can I improve my lockpicking skills?
You'd like to know that, wouldn't you? It's not too difficult to begin with. Above all, you have to make sure that your lockpick doesn't break off. If you're a little bit more patient in future, you'll see that you won't need that many lockpicks anymore.
Let's see if we can sneak around.
I want to learn how to sneak around.
I believe, no false modesty, that I'm one of the best thieves they ever chucked into this colony. But when it comes to teaching how to sneak around, Cavalorn is the better man for you.
Okay, who's Cavalorn?
Where can I find Cavalorn?
He's hunting out in the wild. You'll find him at the path to the new camp. Westwards of the old camp, there's a wide canyon. In this canyon, there's an old woodcutter's hut. You'll find him there.
Okay, thank you for the information. Now, you wouldn't speak up in front of me to Diego, because now I have a skill.
You wouldn't speak up for me in front of Diego, would you?
Yes, you've learned something which makes you quite useful to us. We can make use of skilled thieves in this camp here. You'll have my vote.
Awesome. So, you'll notice a couple of things. First, everything in the game is taught to you by actual NPCs. There's no leveling up design like you get a pop-up box, you assign some skill points into it, and bam, you're suddenly a master archer. No, you actually have to seek out people, and they're actually gonna explain to you how the skill works, which, man, that's such awesome design when it comes to immersion. And the second thing, when NPCs tell you where to find something, they actually explain to you in detail how to get there. Without a map, there's no compass pointing to you, or there isn't a map with an active pointer telling you how far you have to go. No, you just have to pay attention and follow their instructions, and that's pretty cool design. Now let's talk to Snuff again, because we have his stuff.
I have the things you wanted from me.
Good. I just have to add them, then the stew will be ready. Wait.
Now, I know he said to wait, but in that conversation we actually got the stew. He cooked for us, so this is the meatback ragu stew, which heals 9 hit points, and we're gonna eat one quickly. And if we talk to him again...
You told me I could have as much stew as I wanted.
Sure, but there's nothing left today. Come back tomorrow.
Okie dokie. So every day we can come back to him, and he's gonna give us 3 portions of meatback ragu for free. Now let's see what other quests we have. We have the Vanished Guard. But before we're gonna go to the Vanished Guards, let's check out our new open lock skills. So we can see in the center right that we're now trained, so our chance of breaking a lockpick is now 50% instead of 90%, which is pretty good, because we're gonna try to use our only lockpick to open a specific chest. And we're gonna need that chest because it has some goodies in it, and unlike many other huts in here, people aren't gonna react to us going in. So you can see, for example, that this shadow over here, if we want to go into his hut, this is going to happen.
Hey, you!
He's going to point to us and he's going to get mad.
Hey, you! Get out of here!
Yep.
You're learning fast.
So NPCs react if you go near their property, which is pretty damn awesome for level design when it comes to what we're talking about, 2001. I mean, many games in that era didn't actually have these kind of reactions coded. Now let's see if we can lockpick this chest without breaking a lockpick. So the way lockpicking works is you interact with the chest and you press the arrow keys left or right to figure out the right combination. So I'm just gonna say the first one is right. Okay, that's correct. Let's go left. That's correct. Let's go left again. Okay, that's also correct. So we have right, left, left, and maybe the last one is right. Okay, we didn't break our lockpick, but we failed the combination, so we have to start all over again. So it would be right, left, 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 and we have opened it. So we have pickaxe, some grilled meat, and a healing potion. Now it doesn't seem like much, but keep in mind we're basically dirt poor right now, so we need everything we can scrounge up. And we're gonna need everything because we're gonna level up soon, and we're gonna need some more to learn how to fight properly using a one-handed weapon. So the first thing oh, there's also another chest we can also lockpick. I forgot. So by the way, I'm gonna do an optimized playthrough in the sense that I'm gonna show you some cool shortcuts to get gear and equipment pretty fast. There aren't any exploits. There's just an optimized route you can go through. So right up here we have a smithy where some people are working. So you can see this chest here. Yeah, people don't actually react if you try to open this chest. So we're gonna say left. Okay, it's not left, it's right. Okay, so it's right, but we don't have any lockpicks left. So we gotta remember the first combination is right and right. So what I'm gonna do right now, just to show you, we're gonna go to the marketplace because this camp has a logical design behind it. So we have a marketplace we can use to sell some of our stuff. We're gonna sell some of our stuff as an investment to buy some lockpicks. We're gonna come back to that chest, we're gonna open it, and we're gonna use what we find in it to make even more money. And this is one of the ways you can quickly gather up some gear in the beginning, so you can get a better weapon, get some quick armor, and also get some money so you can use for training. So it's a triple win. So we're gonna go this way to the marketplace. And the reason why I didn't take the other route, by the way, is because I didn't want to talk to a specific NPC. There are a couple of NPCs in this camp that are gonna ask us for protection money, because you have to remember, we're in a prison and people want to fleece us. They want to extort us for protection money. This is basically how a prison works in any prison of the world, really. And damn, that's some realistic good design right there. So we're gonna talk to...
Hey man, I'm Fisk. I trade goods of all kinds. If you ever need anything, you're in the right place here.
Okay, Fisk,
Show me your goods.
So this is the trading interface. We're gonna select 3 lockpicks, and if I'm not mistaken, we have exactly money for free. So everything you'll ever sell will be at a 50% price. So if something is worth 100 ore pieces, you're gonna sell that for exactly 50 ore. So we're gonna sell this old rusty sword, these pickaxes we have, and these clubs. So we can see the lockpicks are worth 30 and we're offering 36. So let's accept some ore, and we're gonna do the trade. Rightio. So let's go back to that chest, see if we can avoid Jackal. We'll even encounter Mordrag on the way, but we're not gonna do anything with Mordrag just yet. What we're interested in right now...
Hey, newcomer. I'm Mordrag. You should remember that name. You can buy any kind of goods from me at a cheap price.
Okay, thank you for the info, Mordrag. We're gonna come back to you in a minute. So what we want to do right now is come back to that chest, lockpick it for its goodies. Now let's see if we can actually get up this ladder without being buggy. Okay. Awesome. So if I remember right, the combination was right and right. And I have no idea what happens afterwards. So right, right. So it was right, right, left.
Don't blather so much. Yeah.
Maybe left again. So right, right, left, right. So it's right, right, left. Right, right, left, left, I think it is. Okay, we have one lockpick left. So, okay, we made it. And oh my god, we have a couple of crude swords and 20 raw steel. And these 20 raw steel are gonna be worth a lot of money, and you can see in a second why. Now, is there any guy in here called Huno?
Smartass. Hey, you! Smartass.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore Huno for a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how to smith in this game. It's a pretty simple system. You just heat up a steel bar, take it to the anvil. You can also cancel the animation at any time, by the way. We're gonna cool the blade, and we're gonna sharpen the blade. And right now we made ourselves a crude sword. See, we had a couple of crude swords in our inventory from the chest, and we just made one. And that crude sword itself is worth 100 ore. When we sell it, it's gonna be worth 50. So suddenly we have a lot of money to spend. Now, this is a great moment to actually end the video. I'm just gonna quickly make some swords while I'm off screen, so I don't want to bore you with it. So until next we meet, I want to wish you a wonderful day, and if it's one of those bad days, I just want to wish you the strength and wisdom to overcome it. If you want to support the channel, feel free to visit my Patreon page. If you don't want to support it, that's perfectly fine. I get it, people have financial troubles and such. So until next we meet, convicts, have an awesome day.